She's here!
Hello, Toronto. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Oh, you guys, that's so sweet. This is so kind. Thank you. That's me. Oh, good job. These are awesome. I love these. We get to see them. The answer is clearly yes, you know. This is great. I love it. Thank you, dears. All right, cool. Thanks, Hannah. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Awesome. Maybe really sultry jazz song. Well, hi, Toronto. Hello, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
When I do a meetup in this style, so I guess the acoustics in here are actually kind of kick ass. Way to be, Hart House. That's great. Well, yeah. So this is our next city on the tour. I've stopped counting at this point. It's all just an increasingly large blur. Thanks, kitchen. You guys are also young. How many did anyone here go to this school? It looks like Hogwarts. University. Yeah, it looks like Hogwarts, right? I have not gone to any of the rooms. This is the first room and the first stop for me. Is it hot in here?
Oh my God, yes.
Let me just open up this window real quick. Yeah, thank you. Cool, guys. Here we go. That looks nice. This seems about right. Creating a breeze. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you to everybody who is here and everybody who's contributed to the tour so far. It has been incredible, just absolutely incredible. The traveling from city to city has been a journey unlike any that I expected it to be, which has really been great. This is my second time going to Toronto. It is my favorite Canadian city, though I haven't been to many. I have not been to many. How many people here are from Toronto proper? Oh, great. And who thinks that they traveled the farthest to get here? Jonathan?
Maybe?
Yeah, let's hear. Go ahead.
Where's Narnia?
Where's that? Is that on the left? Okay, cool. We're going to Ontario, Michigan. Right on. What about you?
Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, 16 hours.
Whoa! Toronto in general, right? All of Toronto, this and that. Oh, the pressure! Well, I mean, that's pretty far, I guess. I mean, I came from California. Does that count for no, that's kick-ass. Yeah, Nova Scotia has actually been hearing a lot about it since coming to Canada. We went to Vancouver. That was our first Canadian stop. That was great. It was nice. It was very lovely. People are very kind and sweet. The Vancouver episode actually goes up Tuesday. That's the Hello Harto Vancouver. Yay! What do you guys think of Hello Harto so far? Yeah! You like it? Because I know it's a little different. You know, the internet is, how do I put this? A beautiful place. Totally bipolar. And so I get mixed reviews back and forth about whether people like it. For the most part, though, I'd say it's very, very positive. I just had, you know, it's just Pearl's so pretty. How can I not put her on the show, guys? Right? So that's really been good. And then from Vancouver, we went to Calgary. Anybody from Calgary? Anybody know of Calgary? Anybody have any thoughts or opinions on Calgary?
Izzy was in Calgary.
People I lived with were from Calgary.
People what?
People I lived with last year were from Calgary.
That's close. That's a connection.
Calgary sounds like a cool name for a horse.
Calgary should. That's great. It's funny you bring up horses because in Calgary they gave us really cool white hats hats. Is that like a thing there? Yeah, that's like a thing there, right? Yeah. So it's like it's Canadian Texas. Right, it's like you guys' rodeo town, right? Yeah. I took like an oath. I don't know. I think that like I joined a cult. Things got a little dicey, but you know, we just rolled with the punches. From there we went to Drumheller. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Drumheller.
Drumheller. So you guys have like a nice little lilt, you know, just like a little skip in your step. In America we call it drumheller. No. In America we don't call it anything. People are like, what's that? So we went to Drumheller, which was awesome. It's the #1 dino like capital of the world, which was really, really cool. So if you like dinosaurs, definitely, and paleontology in general, or just old things, which I really like. We're just building, love it. Do you think they'll let me keep this room? It's named after you, right? It was so nice, like in anticipation of me arriving in Toronto. Name this place Hart House. It's very, very nice.
Definitely in anticipation of you.
So anyway, that being said, yeah, so definitely recommend going to Drumheller. Aside from that, it leaves much to be desired in terms of food and drink and whatnot. But it was really great. Normally I do like a little sticky talky about like my thoughts and opinions of the city that we're in, but we basically just arrived. And I also did a whole video about Toronto already. So I'd love to just, because there's so many of you, go straight, the jaunting. Did you guys know you can jaunt backwards? What? Just
The
kidding.
moon jaunt?
Because of that, I'd actually like to go ahead and kick it over into the Q&A a little bit early, and let you guys feel free to ask me anything you want. Yes, sir.
Do you have anything that you wish to do differently when you go to Europe? And if you were to do the tour again, what would you do differently?
Oh my God, great question. So the question is, do you have anything that you would do differently when you are planning on going to Europe? And if you could do the tour again already, what would you do differently? I think that if I could do the tour again, okay, well when I go to Europe, we're definitely going to do a lot more pre-production and make it easier on ourselves because we're going to be traveling to a lot of foreign countries, different languages, blah, blah, blah. Two, I think that if I could do this tour differently, I would schedule it to be like a 4-month tour and actually treat it like a very serious production, because my one kind of like frustrating part of this whole thing is that we're only in a city long enough to like fall in love with it and want to stay and really explore it. But since we have so many promises that we're trying to keep, and we're already traveling on the road for 9 weeks, and I'm already like, you know, pulling in as many favors and like goodwill wishes from my friends and crew as I can, we have to like be in and out of cities so fast. So I think that if I could do it again, I would make it like 4 months long with like scheduled like breaks and like really just like get into the nitty gritty of every city. Nitty Gritty City would be the subtitle of that one. Yes? Ooh! We're going to definitely have time for like pictures and thingies as well, guys. Just a heads up. Pictures and thingies and signings. Oh, lovely! This is beautiful! Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. This is great. I don't really want anything around my neck right now, but this is really great. This is lovely. I'm gonna tie this right here. This is just adorable. Does anybody else got any questions? Yes, sir.
How fun was it to work with Rooster Teeth cameoing in Susie Tatum vs. Wood?
Oh, that's great. The question is, how fun was it to work with Rooster Teeth? How many of you guys are familiar with what Rooster Teeth is? RTX? Any of that? Okay, cool. For those of you who aren't, Rooster Teeth is a 10-year-long running animated web series wherein they embody the characters. What was it? It's longer? Is it longer than 10 or no?
No, I've got a 10th anniversary Rooster Teeth.
Oh, sweet! So there you go. It's a 10-year-long running animated with their pros and their cons. And sometimes you think you like a certain kind of soup, so you go your whole life being like, yeah, chowder, cool. Then you have a different kind of soup and you're like, no, this is the soup I need. This is the soup that fulfills me. So I guess I would just say like, any type of vegetable barley, really? Really good. And pho, love pho. Yeah.
What was the weirdest thing a fan has given you on this tour?
I get asked that question all the time. You're like, what is the weirdest thing a fan has given you on the tour? Donkey. Oh yeah! So a fan didn't actually give me a donkey. There's like a donkey rescue center in Manchester. And so we are opening mail. Actually, we're getting ready to send out perks. And so we're sending perks and we're like printing off like thousands and thousands of these mailers. And I'm sitting there at the desk while these things are being printed and I'm opening a fan mail and like looking at stuff. I open this one and then just like a photo of a donkey comes out. I was like, look, I know I'm like a bit of an ass, but like, I mean, really, so direct. correct. And then I realized, the next piece of information that's revealed to me is that this donkey is named Hart, that has been abandoned by society. And I realized that this is actually a donkey rescue company organization, not profit, I assume, because what's the profit in that? Just kidding, I love donkeys! Anyway, so yeah, there is a donkey named Hannah in Manchester that has been rescued in my name, at least for the next year and a half. So, good job, Hannah. She is a white little donkey. She's very pretty, I think, for a donkey. And when we go abroad, I fully intend on uniting with this amazing beast. Yes?
If you could collaborate with any YouTuber or celebrity on a kitchen, who would it be?
Ooh, if I could have anybody come in on a kitchen, who would it be? Fuck, I don't know. I really should have pocket answers to these questions, but I just don't. Right? It would be, oh yeah, absolutely. Duh, big time. I think that, I've gotten to work with a lot of the people that I admire, like Chris Hardwick, Felicia Day, that's awesome. I would love to. The hard thing is about kitchens is that it's really about people's personalities, and with actors and actresses and celebrities, you don't really know them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say Barack Obama. The secret, right? The power of positive thinking. Okay. Well, we got a whole day in the calendar called White House ? So we're using the secret. It's gonna happen. Yes, sir.
Since Toronto is clearly your favorite city, what's your second favorite?
Pardon?
Since Toronto is clearly your favorite city, what's your second favorite?
Oh, that's great. The question is, obviously, since Toronto is my first favorite city, what is my second favorite city? I don't know. We had a really lovely time in San Francisco, best city in the world. I also love Austin, Texas. Portland I was so-so on. Chicago was lovely. Chicago was really, really cool. So I think I would go with that. Yeah, got a lot of music, a lot of food. Although, I have to tell you guys about deep dish pizza. Sorry, even just thinking about it. Takes me back. So, yeah, okay, so deep dish pizza, right? You hear about it all the time. You're like, I'm a fan of carbs, I like carbs, I like cheese. This is gonna be a really, really great experience. And then, you try it, and then you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna fall asleep right now. Do you guys have deep dish here in Toronto at all? Yeah, you do? Okay, great. I don't know if it's just me or what, but I call beer nap juice because it puts me to sleep immediately. And eating a deep dish pizza was a very, very similar experience. I tried to tell this story in Chicago. They weren't having any of it. I was like, the thing about deep dish pizza is, and they were like, what, Hannah? What? So yeah, I don't feel that way about poutine though. If you eat too much, you're really poutine on the pound. I just came up with that one. I like poutine on the pound.
The video you did with Tyler Oakley with the cans.
Yeah,
and the
can
food.
challenge.
You should have gotten points for putting the dog food in your mouth. But what did it taste like?
That's a great question. So I did a collaboration video recently with a YouTuber by the name of Tyler Oakley. He's lovely, and he likes to poison himself, I guess. So the challenge in and of itself is actually to open up unmarked tin cans, scoop out a spoonful, and eat them. So what the fuck, right? So because of this, Tyler bought all the cans, and unbeknownst to me, he had bought both cat food and dog food. Which, by the way, guys, heads up, not meant for people to eat. People aren't supposed to eat cat and dog food. It's not for humans. It's just not. So anyway, I did put some in my mouth, and I put the cat food in my mouth. I stayed the fuck away from that dog food. And it was disgusting. It tasted like the way cat's food smells. It's like the second you walk into someone's house, whether or not they have a cat. By the way, FYI, love cats. Love cats. But you walk into somebody's house, and it's just like, you have a cat. I'm fully aware of this. It tasted like that smell. 100%. Go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to know when and how did you first meet Grace, and what was your first impression of her?
Very good. The question is, when and how did I first meet Grace Helbig, i.e. Daily Grace, YouTube extraordinaire princess of the universe. Sexy Friday. It's never sexy. And I think that's the joke. Yeah. I met Grace first at Playlist Live. Basically, I was sitting at a table by the pool having a Bloody Mary, just like by myself, just, lonely. No. And this was 2 years ago at this point. And then Grace and Mamrie also had Bloody Marys, and we're looking for a table by the pool. And we're like, oh, Hannah Hart, My Drink Kitchen, can I sit here? And we were like, yeah, sure. And they sat down, and then literally we just became friends. I mean, it felt kind of like, it felt something akin to when you are a kid in elementary school, and that kind of like the ease that friendship sometimes comes with, where somebody sits at your lunch table, or you see that they have like a Sailor Moon pen case or something, and you just like instantly like are able to get along. I feel super blessed to have Grace and Mamrie as friends in my life. They inspire me to be a better YouTuber and a better, performer and everything. And that's basically how we met. Your second question was, what was my first impression of Grace? She's tall. That's really the way it was. Yeah, I saw some more hands up here. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Hello.
I actually wanted to know what is your favorite, either hangover remedy or hangover food?
Ooh, good question. Again, one of those questions I should just have pocket answers for, but I just don't. The question is about hangover remedies and hangover food. My favorite hangover remedy is actually drinking a lot of water the night before and like taking a vitamin B. Emergency's got a lot of vitamin B in it if you don't have any like vitamins on hand, so like just pounding one of those. My hangover cures are few and far between. I don't know, you just kind of have to suffer. Yeah.
What's your favorite day after breakfast?
Oh, day after breakfast, huevos rancheros, 100%. I wake up and I'm like, going to brunch, getting some huevos rancheros, having a Bloody Mary. It's gonna be the best day of my life. That is gonna be great.